Hey Keepsakes, it's Kei here. First off, thank you for the 1K subscribers. Seriously. I know people say that all the time, but I really mean it. Whether you found me through the music, the interactive roleplay chaos, the gaming side, the villain energy, or you just wandered into the storm and decided to stay, I appreciate you being here. For this Q&A, I will be answering some of your questions, some general ones about my music, AI, VTubing, anime, gaming, interactive roleplay, and where things are going from here. So let's get into it. Okay, I started making my music about 2 years ago. At first, it was just something fun to do with friends and for the interactive roleplay projects. Then over time, it became a way to express feelings I didn't always know how to say out loud. I started digging through old notebooks and found old poems, lyrics, and random things I had written years ago. Some of these ideas eventually made their way into the songs. I also have a really weird taste in music. One moment I'm listening to Korn, and the next it's Sleep Token, and then somehow it ends up on Backstreet Boys. So making music gave me a way to explore whatever style or mood I was feeling at the time. How do you describe your music? The easiest answer is dark alt rock. The longer answer is Yandere, villain, alt rock, pop rock, sometimes new metal, sometimes anime opening energy, and sometimes K-pop inspired. That's a mouthful. Most of my songs feel like they're telling a story, whether it's obsession, heartbreak, villain energy, emotional damage, or a character's point of view. I want the song to feel like you're stepping into a scene. Do you use AI in your music? Yes. I use AI as part of my creative workflow. I do not hide this. I write the lyrics, build the concepts, shape the emotional direction, decide the sound, keep working with it until it feels right. AI helps bring part of that to life, especially the vocals and the production. I don't hide that I use it. I'd rather be honest about my process than pretend everything was made in a natural way when it wasn't. Now, to one of your guys' questions. My favorite Uchiha. You're gonna have to tell me one day how to actually say that first part. I think it's Thanax. I'm bad with names, okay? I'm sorry. Okay, the question is the singing 100% AI, or is it like a voice filter for your own singing? Right now, the vocals are AI generated. It's not a filter over my own voice, and yes, the breathing gets to me too. I'm assuming that comes from the way the models are trained to imitate real performances. Real singers breathe, so sometimes the AI adds breaths, little vocal textures, and imperfections to sound more natural. Sometimes it adds emotions. Sometimes it's just funny because you're sitting there like, girl, why? What are you breathing for? You're a computer. Yes, currently the vocals are AI generated. Why use AI vocals instead of human vocals? The simple answer is that I am a one-person team. I write the lyrics, I build the concepts, I come up with the sound direction, I do the prompts, I go through a ridiculous number of generations trying to find the one that actually feels right. I'm not in a place where I can record professional vocal tracks on my own right now. Honestly, you would probably hear my little monsters in the background. I do want to look into voice cloning options eventually and see if I can use my own voice for some songs. But right now, AI vocals let me actually make the music I want to make. And the vocals may be AI generated, but the direction, lyrics, stories, and emotions are mine. What do you have to say to the anti-AI crowd? If someone genuinely wants to have a conversation about AI, I'm open to that. What I'm not interested in is the harassment. A lot of the conversation online turns into people attacking creators instead of actually talking about the technology. The ethics, the concerns, are the reality of how people use it. And honestly, that just makes your side look bad. Also, if you are extremely anti-AI, sitting on Twitter harassing people is not the flex you think it is. You are directly feeding grok while yelling at people for using AI. And people love to say AI is lazy, but if you actually knew a little bit about using it, you would know these tools are stupid half the time. You have to treat them like confused 5-year-olds. You have to guide them, correct them, double check them, and not just blindly take whatever they give you. I don't hide that I use AI. I am very honest about it. And as for the art side of things, I'm an artist too. It has been a while since I sat down and drew something, but I've made art. I've made emotes. I've made creative assets. I've commissioned artists. I've worked with artists. I respect artists. Using AI does not mean I hate artists. It means I'm using the tools that can make creating more accessible for me. You don't have to like AI. You don't have to use AI. You don't have to support me. I'm not going to apologize for using tools that help me bring my stories, music, characters, and ideas to life. Now, another question from one of you guys. This is from Darth Malice Rules. I love your songs and would love to know if you plan on doing live concerts in the future. Okay, so that it would be pretty awesome. But right now, probably not. It's kind of the same reason why I'm not doing live streaming it anytime soon. I have anxiety and I'm very shy. So if I tried to do a full live concert right now, it would be a disaster. Trust me. That said, I do love visualizers, music videos, virtual performances, and creative ways of presenting music online. So traditional live concerts are not really in the plan right now, but something digital or more stylized could happen someday. Never say never, just probably not right now. What would your boss battle theme sound like? My boss battle theme would start quiet, like a storm building in the distance. Then the guitars would come in, the drum would get heavier, the vocals would get bigger, and suddenly it will feel like you realize way too late that you should have ran 5 minutes ago. It will be dramatic, emotional, a little seductive, a little terrifying, and a very anime final boss way. Basically, the kind of song that makes you go, oh no, this character has a tragic backstory and a second phase. Are you a VTuber? I mean, yeah, I guess now I am. I didn't really plan for it to happen that way. At first, Midnight Kei was just a persona. I had actually tried something like this years ago, but my internet was terrible back then. I was dealing with 10 megabytes down and 1 megabyte up, so it wasn't really possible. Then I started making music. I had a model made, changed designs, got a PNG made, had a logo made, brought a couple of pre-made models, and now I have a 3D model that I'm still trying to figure out how to get the tracking done properly. I have an Xbox Connect, so we'll see what chaos comes from that. So yeah, I guess I am a VTuber now, but maybe not in the sense of like a traditional VTuber, because I don't know. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how it works. How do you feel about parasocial relationship? I think a little parasocial is fine as long as it stays respectful. Creators, VTubers, musicians, we all kind of build this connection with people who support us, and that connection can be sweet. It can make people feel seen, comfort, entertained, or just less alone. But there still has to be a line. There is a real person behind the character. Support does not mean ownership. Liking someone's content does not mean you're entitled to their time, attention, private life, or a relationship. For me personally, Doma and the monsters are not just characters in my lore or images. They are connected to my real life, and I will not tolerate disrespect or harm towards any of them, especially my monsters. You will get the mama bear side to come out so very fast. Do not try me. So yeah, parasocial feelings can happen. Just keep it respectful. Remember there is a person on the other side, and don't cross boundaries. Are you open for collabs? Yes, I am open to collabs. The funny part is that I'm probably not going to be the person who messages first. I'm very shy and always worry that I'm bothering someone, interrupting them, or making things awkward. So if someone wants to collab, they may DM me first on Twitter or Instagram, at least until I get more comfortable in the community. But yes, I'm open to doing collabs here and there, gaming, music, creative projects. If the vibe is right, I'm open to hearing the idea. Do you still make interactive roleplay characters? And by that, I mean chatbots, like character chatbot, where you can go and roleplay with them. And yes, I still make the interactive roleplay characters. It's a big part of what I do. I like creating the scenarios, the character dynamics, lore, emotional tensions, slow burn setups, and interactive stories. A lot of my characters' work is anime inspired, especially My Hero Academia. But I also create content based on things like original worlds and characters. For me, interactive roleplay characters are another form of storytelling. Okay? Even if, people use them for different ways and different things, and you know what I'm talking about. They are more bringing a story to life for me. I like it. I like to read, but I also sometimes don't like the ending of a lot of stories. So this is entertaining to me, a alternative to reading and getting a story I like. Why did you start making interactive roleplay characters? I started because I love storytelling, and interactive roleplay characters give me a way to build stories people can actually step into. Instead of just writing a scene and saying, this is what happens, it becomes more open. The user gets to respond, shape the direction, experience the character in their own way. I like building the tension, the setup, the personality, the emotional stakes, and then letting the story breathe. It is still writing, it's still character work, it's still world building, just interactive. Make the story yours. Why do you make so much MHA content? Because I love My Hero Academia. I like the characters, the world, the emotional drama, the hero society setup, and how much room there is for an alternate universe and character dynamics. MHA gives you a lot to play with. You could do hero work, villain arcs, agency, dorm dynamics, pro hero settings, dark AUs, soft moments, emotional conflict. There's just a lot there. Also, All Might. Okay? All Might. Although I'm pretty sure that some of you will argue with me that it should be Bakugo. But no, it's All Might. All Might. Okay. What's your favorite anime? Okay. I have actually a lot. So I'm just going to do a few of these. My all-time favorites are One Piece and Naruto. My first anime was Yu-Gi-Oh! And I still have my cards, including my very first Blue Eyes White Dragon from the original Seto Kaibo deck that was introduced here in the US. I also love Bleach, Death Note, My Hero Academia, of course, Solo Leveling, Chainsaw Man, Darker Than Black, Sword Art Online, and there's just so much more. And our next question comes from our lovely Lu Chiha again. Is the gaming channel still going to be a thing? Yes, the gaming channel is still going to be a thing. I plan on starting that up next month, but right now the plan is also for this channel to become more priority. So gaming is not banned, it's still planned. And it's just going to be, right now, all on this channel. Now, if you guys don't like that and later want me to move it over to the other channel, just tell me. I have no issues doing that. I mean, the channel set up and ready, so we can easily do that. But right now, I'd rather manage one channel since I'm one person than multiple. What kind of games do you like? I like mostly horror games. Resident Evil is my series. I love Resident Evil. I also love Little Nightmares, and Dead by Daylight is a good one when I just want to relieve stress and be chaotic. I used to really be into MMOs too, like World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV, but my terrible internet kind of broke that out of me for a while. Overall, I like horror, creepy atmosphere, tense moments, and games that make me question every decision 5 seconds after I make them. Plus, any game where it's like, no, and I'm, nope. Yeah, I love those ones, even if I may never finish them. What's your favorite song you made so far? Oh, this feels like asking someone to pick their favorite child. And we all know you have it, but you should never really actually say it out loud. Okay? I love them for different reasons because each song represents a different feeling, story, or moment. But if I absolutely had to pick one right now, I'd probably say Pretty Never Fit Me. That one feels very personal. It feels honest. It feels like one of those songs that really shows a piece of me. What's the story behind the name Midnight Kei? Well, Midnight came first. Midnight is more of a title, but it's also what a lot of people know me by. It came from my love of darker things, horror, spooky aesthetics, nighttime storms, and that whole atmosphere. Kei came later, as the persona started becoming more real and more defined. So Midnight is the title, the atmosphere, the storm. Kei is the person inside it. Who are your biggest music influence? Some of my biggest influences are Evanescence, Him, Sleep Token, and Icon for Hire. I think if you listen to my music, you can probably hear little pieces of those influences in different ways. I like emotional music. I like music that feels dramatic, dark, romantic, angry, vulnerable, and theatric. Those artists all tell stories in ways that really stick with me, and that's something I try to carry into my own work. What's something people often misunderstand about you? One thing people misunderstand is Kei's identity and presentation. Kei is non-binary. In the lore, he is a body shifter, but he remains true to his biological gender where it counts, and that is female. That's why I started doing a lot of songs with a female voice and using other characters for the male voices. There is another term people might know for this kind of presentation, but it is used in a very fetish heavy way, and that is not how I want my younger audience, my community, or my monsters talking. So I use the term petal boy instead. For Kei, that usually means a male torso, but female from the waist down. He can go out in a dress 1 minute and then beat up the pathetic heroes in the next. So, for Kei, he is biologically female. Identifies as gender fluid, non-binary, where petal boy falls under that umbrella for him. And I use it because I want something that feels less gross, less fetishized than the other term people throw around. What advice would you give new creators? You have to put time into it. If you're inconsistent, even if you're small, even if your growth is slow, you have to stay at it. Use other platforms, learn new things, experiment, but don't do something just because someone else is doing it or because a bigger creator says it works. Do what you love. Do what you actually have fun with. And don't let people tell you any different. They can't stop you. Only you can. If I had listened to every anti-AA person who said I shouldn't make music, no one would ever hear my song. I wouldn't be branching out. I wouldn't be connecting with all of you. So make the thing. Keep learning and keep going. What's one goal you want to accomplish before the next 1K subscribers? I want to get more consistent and more confident. I want to keep improving the music, building stronger visuals, get the gaming side moving, and make the whole Midnight Kei world feel more connected. Before the next 1K, I'd love people to be able to come to the channel and immediately understand the vibe, dark music, anime chaos, gaming, storytelling, feeling energy, and a community that feels like it belongs here. I also want to get better at showing up as myself without overthinking every single thing. That might be the hardest boss fight, honestly. What's your favorite thing about the Keepsake community? Honestly, you guys show up. Maybe not all at once, maybe not overnight, but you show up. You support the stories, the music, the characters, the projects because you connect with them. And what I appreciate is that you understand the words are mine, the stories are mine, the emotion is mine. You don't care that I use AI as part of the process because you can feel me in the work. We're still growing, slowly, but we're growing. And I'm really grateful for everyone who has chosen to be a part of this. If someone is discovering your content for the first time, where would they start? Okay. You most likely found it through the music. So start there. That's probably the easiest way to understand the core of my channel. If you want something personal, start with Pretty Never Fit Me. If you want the villain side, look for the songs that feel darker, more obsessive, and more dramatic. And if you're here for the chaos, then honestly just pick up something and let the storm take you. After that, check out the visuals, the gaming when that starts rolling, and the character story content. There are a lot of pieces to this world, and the music is probably the front door. What can people expect from your channel going forward? More music, more visuals, more anime chaos, more gaming, more character content, more Midnight Kei being a dramatic blur storm creature. I want this channel to feel a mix of dark music, storytelling, villain energy, horror games, and weird cozy chaos. The plan is for things to become more variety, but still feel connected. And that is it for our Q&A. Again, thank you for the 1K. I know numbers aren't everything, but this one really means a lot to me. If this video went up on May 31st like planned, then happy birthday to me, I guess. But generally, getting to mark this day with all of you really feels special. Whether you've been here from the beginning or you just found me recently, thank you for listening, watching, commenting, sharing, and being part of this little storm I'm building. I'm still here, I'm still creating, and I'm just getting started. See you later, Keepsakes. Stay misbehaving. Bye.